Have you thought of using the film as a calling card to maybe pitch yourselves to a network on your own show?
We have actually, someone else actually sort of presented that idea to us, which I think could be really interesting, but right now I think our focus is so much on sort of this documentary and this project that we haven't necessarily thought about it in terms of that.
Yeah, this particular person came from a television background and thought it would be really great, and we agree, but I think, we want to finish this first, and also we love tiny houses and loved making one, but we're also filmmakers primarily and are interested in all sorts of different types of stories. So if it happens, that would be great, but I think that we're also perfectly happy exploring these other interests that we have for our next projects that we'll see.
Yeah. Are you more happy being behind the camera than in front? Is that more you feel comfortable?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I think definitely sort of being a writer, it's a similar process of sort of like being behind the scenes and observing stuff and then thinking about how can I shape what I've observed to tell a story, and I think I'm definitely sort of like a more behind the camera personality. I think that, Christopher, sang in a few bands and stuff like that, so he's, more.
I used to do it. I don't know if I want to disclose this, but I used to do acting as well, and so I kind of have more of that background. But I think the thing I would like to do both at different points. I like both, but I don't necessarily like doing both at the same time. It's been kind of a challenge to try to be in front of the camera, but then also be thinking about what needs to happen behind the camera, especially if in a documentary setting. You're trying to capture things as they happen, and it's hard to participate in the things that are happening and then try to capture them at the same time, because you're never completely able to do both 100%, and so I think I don't know, I think that's
sure. And the emotion of building a home, it's a roller coaster ride, because things don't go well, and then I don't know how much you want to show of that on camera. So, but I'm sure that's tough, because it is a very emotional. There's money involved, and there's things that don't go as well.
And when the emotion kicks in, you're like, oh, I just broke that thing. You're like, turn the camera off. How am I going to deal with this? Instead of like having the camera rolling,
Right.
So that was the struggle constantly, is just trying to get everything, and then also the things that you want to get most are the hardest to capture, because they're,
when you're in the emotion, it's hard to have the perspective to think about capturing it from the outside.
Right, exactly.